let's talk about the crossover a little bit, because this is the one that, I mean, for me personally, it's so refreshing to see, because everything right now, and I saw you did a previous interview, you talking about this a little bit too, where you have done a lot of dramatic performances, a lot of hardcore, deep dramas, but coming out of the pandemic and being locked up, you're trying to catch a breath of fresh air, trying to look for something different to where it can be, you know, a little bit more lighthearted, even though it still deals with very hardcore, serious subject matter. But it's just such a good representation of a beautiful family of color, and like your character, a beautiful woman who is in a administrative role, who goes for that top spot and succeeds, and dealing with the dynamic of her sons, who are very different in their own right, and the dad who is maybe hiding some hardcore health stuff. It's all of these beautiful things wrapped into one, because that's what family is. So it's a real life like mirror to what society is. So I can only imagine what it was like being on set and being able to tell that story.
Yeah. Well, the crossover, for those who don't know, it's on Disney Plus. Go check it out. Go stream it now.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. But yes. So funny enough, though, I'll correct one little part of your story.
Please.
I actually book a lot of comedy.
Okay.
But most people who know me and know my work, like if they know me personally, and they also have like been in a class with me or have seen, I always get the dramatic stuff, right?
Yeah.
People don't really meet me and automatically think comedy or lighthearted even.
Right.
I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And not saying there's no lighthearted people there. Of course, there are a variety of people everywhere, but we all know the East Coast, generally, we have a thicker skin. We have a tougher, we have an edge to us. You know, we're all about, you know, when you leave out the house, you got to protect yourself, you know,
right.
Keep your head on a swivel type of thing. And so that is always there. And then, you know, you think about people traumas and whatever else. I just don't carry a super light energy is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have light around me. I definitely shine, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
But I carry a serious energy. And so people and myself will automatically assume that a major role, you know, like my first series regular like this is, would be something serious.
Right.
Like, even I thought that, you know, and I always use like a How to Get Away with Murder or, you know, sort of thing. If we're talking about series, you know, something a bit more just that kind of matches my personality a bit more. But funny enough, I book comedy more, which is very interesting. So yes, I thought that would be the thing when I'm going to book my claim to fame is going to be some deep, you know, drama, some deep artistic, I don't know, something that, you know, and it wasn't. And so it was shocking to me, but also, yes, refreshing because being in the pandemic, you know, I was like, you know, I think I want something light. I don't want to have to go to work every day because a lot of people don't. Well, it does depend on the artist, but just imagine going to work every day and doing something very, very dark or, you know, every single day. Hint for those out there, I still want to.
right, exactly.
but coming out of something, you know, coming out of a place where you were alone a lot, you were, you know, confined to your house, you're dealing with anxiety and stress of other things. It's just, I was okay with this, you know, and for those out there, so, you know, it's not super light. Like it's not, one of my friends was like, what is it? It's going to be like, you know, like Nickelodeon-ish or like, and I'm like, did you watch the trailer?
Right.
Like, yeah, I can't tell. I'm like, well, from the trailer, you should be able to tell that it's not, you know, like super kiddie.
Right.
So it's not this super, you know, light thing. It does deal with issues and we have challenges, but it is a feel good series.
Yeah.
You know, and so you are going to still get your drama. It's not corny, you know. That's all I have to say. We say corny from the East Coast, like it's not corny. It's not a corny show. It's not a whack show. Like you're really going to enjoy it. And you mentioned all of those things. I was listening to you, just like it deals with this, it deals with that, it deals with this. it's so hard when people ask us, what do you want people to walk away from the show with? It's like,
Right.
it's so much to walk away with.
Yeah.
It's like, everything.
Everything.
You'll see, you're going to relate to it no matter who you are. I really believe you're going to relate to it. The show is also a testament of human beings and human nature to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a real problem with this industry on how they market stuff. Because it is a Black family, and I'm so thankful it's a Black family. Another thing that made me excited about it is that it's a brown family, not just a Black family. And people, I know some people are like, wait, what? Like, why does that matter? It matters. Colorism is very real. And so it matters to see a brown on brown, family.
Absolutely.
And so I was very excited about that. But damn, I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, God.
Well, let me jump in right there then, because I think also, because you brought up the marketing aspect of it, right? There's only two ways that it seems like Hollywood ever wants to market this, right? You've got the Cosby Show, which is just like this fantasy. Not everybody's family is a doctor and a lawyer and everything's perfect and they're all going to college. And I mean, that's great. They showed a family unit together, but that's not reality. Or they go the other way and it's a family of color is a broken home. The dad's a drug addict or in jail and the kids are in trouble. Right. So this is amazing. It's like, no, this is a family that's struggling like every other family in America, but they love each other and they're getting
where's
through
the middle class?
Exactly.
Where's the middle class? And they are upper middle class, but they are still middle class. And I grew up lower middle class. I grew up middle class, but check to check middle class.
Right.
And so I was always feeling like that middle area is never quite really told.
Exactly.
Especially for Black people. Like you said, it's mainly you're either truly struggling, you're from the hood, you're struggling, which is not, a bad thing. Everybody's story deserves to be told.
That's right.
But when it's strategically being played that we're only going to show this because we want to keep society viewing you in this way. It's like, that is not the truth. We have poor people, middle class, and rich. But yes, they go the opposite way. It's like either they're going to be poor or they're going to be super rich. And it's like, in the Cosbys, I will say, they weren't super rich. So I will say for me, they did have a realism to the Cosbys. Oh, and for those out there, hint, hint, there's somebody from the Cosby Show.
That's right.
Little tease.
Yeah.
We got a legend on the show. So if you're trying to figure out who the legend is, go and watch the crossover.
Yes.
But I feel like they did do a good job at bringing like realism, to the Cosbys. But yes, you're right. It's either one or the other a lot. And I'm so glad we got to show like middle class. But I'm so glad you stuck on the point of marketing, because that's where I was going.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they market Black shows to only Black people.
Yeah.
Or people of color, because you don't do that for white shows and you don't do that for white films.
Exactly.
And and so and the same thing with Asian shows or whatever other, they're always trying to market it to those people. And it's like, of course, market it to us. We want to see ourselves. But the only way things are going to change is when other people, and by other, I mean white,
Yes.
will see themselves in Black people.
That's right. That's right.
And so why? I get you're trying to get views on this. And so I understand both plays, but both needs to happen. I shouldn't turn on my Netflix and only see Black movies and Black TV shows. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't be the case. Like, you should turn on Netflix, you should turn on Disney, you should turn on whatever these streaming platforms are, and you should see a variety of things.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, the majority is never really looking outside of themselves. There might be a handful that's like, oh, I'm interested in this. Let me see but I'm talking about as a majority. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're not seeking it. And so if you want society to change, but that's the thing, do they really want society to change?
That's the thing, yep.
If you want society to change, start marketing these things to the masses, right? To everyone. You have to. It's just, it's annoying to me to like, oh, because it's a Black series. I mean, Black people in the series or in the movie. It's like, I'm going to see this Black movie. I'm going to see this Black show. It's like, no, you're just going to see a show.
Yeah.
And so I really do believe no matter who you are, if you watch the crossover, you are going to, you're going to see yourself in some way, shape, or form.